What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the build of my first gen SV650. I've been doing this street tracker, scrambler, custom build for the last little while. Pretty much since the days of COVID started, I just needed a project to work on. I'm in this new shop space, if you haven't noticed. So this is for Young Guns Garage, the program that I build. We just moved into this like amazing new space. It's so sick. So yeah, loving this. Jumping back into the SV. So I had this rectangular headlight on there before, but I think a round headlight is something that would suit the bike a little bit better. This is a smaller one, so this is a 5.5 inch. I'm tossing up between this size, maybe going a little bit bigger to like a 7 inch. I'm not too sure yet. But yeah, test mounting this on the bike, I think it completes the look a lot better. It looks a bit cleaner. I'm thinking of possibly relocating my ignition as well, just to move the headlight a little bit farther in. Not too sure. I'm gonna play around with that. Also play around with probably like a 7 inch. I bought some clamps, just like a cheap kit off Amazon that clamps around the forks, or I might try and mount it off the inside up here. Not too sure, but yeah, I'm gonna play around with this headlight mount, and then I'm also gonna be doing a final version of my subframe. I've got last ones coming in, just a couple. So yeah, I'm gonna be welding all those together soon too. So yeah, that and a few other things, but we'll get this bike pretty much completed. So here's how the headlight looks mounted, just with some simple Amazon mounts. I think actually probably if I did run this headlight, I might want to make my own brackets or mounts of some sort. But yeah, that's basically how it looks with a 5.5 inch. Mounted a little bit farther back. I did pull the ignition down, and then I would probably put it, I don't know, in here somewhere. But if you're ever pulling out your ignition, I'd never seen these before, but these are a thing, I guess, for ignitions. This is a tamper-proof Torx, so you need a bit like that. It's a Torx bit with a hole in the end of it. Yeah, that's what you need. They got lots of Loctite on them, so they're a bit difficult to take out, but we got it out. So yeah, this is a 5.5. I've got this 7 inch headlight as well. This one is for that bike actually. It's gonna be going on that one. So I'm gonna test fit this one, see how this one looks in comparison. I kind of like mocked it up earlier and I liked how it looked, so yeah. Let's test it on the bike. Yeah, it's a bit more aggressive with that headlight on there. This one might be like a little bit big with all this, I don't know, huge bezel around it. The one that I ordered is a little bit more low profile, so might look a little bit better. Yeah, I don't know. I think this might be the way to go over the 5.5. I don't know. I'm pretty torn. I like both. I'm just gonna look at them for a little while I work on the rest of the bike, and then we'll make a decision. So, yeah. So, just as I was finishing up on mocking up the headlight, got a call from the manufacturer that a bunch of pieces for some subframes are ready to go. So they've been manufacturing these, they laser cut all of this, bent it all, and I just have to weld all these pieces together. So yeah, I've been practicing my aluminum TIG over there, trying to get it all dialed in, and pretty much time to weld this first one together. So yeah, just gonna jump straight into it. here we go. Got this one put together, put it on the bike. Looks pretty much the same as the last one. Really the only differences that you would notice from the outside are that these are like a little bit thinner. I just think they look a little bit better like this. Maybe it adds a little bit of strength as well. Filled this line in around here. It's a bit tighter. And then the main difference here is I can use a lock here and unlock it. One sec. So you can pop this up, and then it's got the stock SV650 latch. So you can bolt this to the top and then latch to the bottom. This is the one that you'd use for your passenger seat, and then a lock here. So this should fit the normal lock, which means that you can keep your original key. You don't have to have two different keys. You can keep the same key for your bike, and it'll work on this subframe. You just have to install it. I think that makes it way better. So yeah, I just got to finish installing these last couple things. I got to put the taillight in here, drill a hole for that. That will come pre-drilled for anybody who's buying it. And then mount my regulator rectifier, same on the bottom like that. I like it on the outside, especially because I know they can get quite hot, and I've had on different bikes where they can catch on fire if they overheat too much. But I'm not pre-drilling holes. So if you want to mount yours on the outside, you just have to decide where you want it, drill the holes and do that. Otherwise you can run it on the inside or wherever it is that you want to do it. Lots of room for electricals and still lots of room for batteries. So yeah, I'm gonna finish doing that, and then I've got some foam over here. I'm gonna work on a new seat. I had that seat on my last subframe, which I like, but I kind of want to try like a little bit more of a tweaked design as well. So I'm gonna try a whole nother new design, see how I like it and compare it to the other one. So here we go, we got the shape of the seat all sorted out. This is basically like what I wanted. My last seat kind of wedged up a little bit higher at the tank, which I didn't mind, but that wasn't my original intention, and it was kind of just through different communication with upholstery guys who did the foam for me on the last one. This one I'm shaping the foam myself, a little bit more of an aggressive line back here, a bit more narrow, kind of comes up a little bit at the front, but a lot more simple. So I think I like that. I think once I get some material on that as well, it's gonna look really good. So I'm gonna drop this off to a local upholstery guy, get some material put on it, try and get a bit more complexity in it than just like simple material. And yeah, let's see how it goes. Okay, so I dropped my seat off to get upholstered. That's gonna take probably about a month or something like that before I get that back. But in the meantime, I got this new headlight in. So this is a 7-inch round headlight. I think the 5.5 was a bit too small, and that last 7 that I had, it was like too big. At least the bezel was too thick. This is a lot more low profile. I think this is pretty much right on what I'm looking for. Nice and clean and sleek. Suits the look of the bike. Sits still like pretty low profile. So I'm gonna mount this thing on the bike. I think what my strategy here is, I've got these two mounts here from the ignition, and I'm gonna try and make a bracket that basically bolts to the ignition and then bolts to the back of the headlight, because this has just mounting points right there. Nice, perfect. So I was able to plasma cut out this piece, just a simple little bracket that's gonna sit there and hold the headlight. So I'm gonna chuck that on, we'll get the headlight sitting where we want it. Alright, so I'm pretty stoked with how this looks now. I think it just looks so much cleaner. I love how the forks are just totally bare. There's nothing on there. And then this mount off the ignition works really well. It's nice and sturdy, very solid. I might tuck it up just like a tiny little bit more, but I think it's pretty good like that. So yeah, I'll still have to figure out something with relocating my ignition or doing some sort of Bluetooth ignition. I don't know if anybody has any ideas on it. I know that there's like kits you can buy obviously for like a RFID ignition, but I'd like to see if I could make my own. I think just with like an Arduino board, yeah, I think I could drum up something, hopefully get some help on it. But if anybody has any ideas on what they've done, also regarding headlights, I know a lot of people have obviously done the kind of sport to naked conversion or done their own headlights. So let me know if there's anything specific that people like or are looking for in that. This is the version that I did, obviously requires relocating the headlight, but there's also my 3D printed version that I did. Yeah, that and all the parts is going to be available. Yeah, for anybody who wants them, including like the skid plate, the fender. I'm doing a radiator guard, so that'll be done soon. I'm doing a chain guard. I'm doing a license plate mount. Obviously the subframe. See if I'm missing anything else. I think that's it for now. But yeah, anything that I make, I'm making available just for other people, just because I know, kind of like I said before, it's hard to fabricate this stuff when you don't have the tools, but I know a lot of people love working on their SVs, and it's kind of cool seeing all the different builds that people do. So yeah, just kind of wanted to make it available for anybody who wants it. So that's it for this one. Hopefully very soon I get my seat back and I can paint the subframe, get the seat on, finish my last little pieces, and this bike will be done and can go full steam ahead on the second gen right there that we already started on. So yeah, that's it. Hope you're enjoying it so far.